Well, hello, everyone. This is Negative SEO Guy, and like many people out there, you have probably been affected by the web spam sheriff, known as Google Penguin, or let's call it Penguin 2.1 to be exact. Yes, indeed, just yesterday, Matt Cutts and the spam team there announced, usually as they do through Twitter, at 4:50 p.m. on October 4th that Penguin 2.1 is launching today, he says, and it affects approximately 1% of searches to a noticeable degree. Now, that is so true. It is a noticeable degree. People all over are seeing their sites uh, just vanish. And it's negative SEO. No, not by us. It's Google. The biggest proponent of negative SEO is Google. Essentially, they have set up a company that determines who wins and who loses, who gets to make the money and who doesn't, who gets to rank and who doesn't. Now, in every system, there's a need for quality control, right? You don't just want somebody to, all of a sudden be the most popular car seller just because they're able to, whatever, make more cars or spend more on advertising or whatever it may be. You would hope that there's some quality behind the cars, that they're safe and so on. And I think there is a place for Google to make sure that purely spammy garbage sites don't get to the top of Google. But what many people are seeing, especially people in e-commerce, is that their little mom and pop e-commerce stores where they may be selling who knows what, I don't know, clock radios, let's say. All of a sudden, they're off the first page, second page, third page, fourth page. They're just nowhere to be found. And this goes for people in every niche out there. Google has determined that it is not going to allow anybody but the big name, big players in e-commerce, it seems, get to the top. And this is really frustrating. I mean, I really do feel for people who are, some people who have been able to quit their jobs and start a home business, and it's humming along pretty well. Maybe they're making, oh, I don't know, 4 or 5, 6, maybe more thousand per month, and they're really happy, and they work hard on their sites every day. They make sure that they're staying within the terms of service and so on, only to be just hammered. And who gets hammered? It's not Amazon. It's not Walmart. It's not any of the big box stores. Certainly not Google themselves. It's these little sites. And I really do feel bad for people who have suffered because of this, and I just want to talk about that a little bit today. This new Penguin 2.1 spam filtering algorithm is live, and so if you're seeing a dip in your rankings, yes, it is negative SEO, but it is done by Google, and it's a real headache for people. So the question is, for those of you, and we do positive SEO as well, and fortunately we've only had, it looks like, one in particular, one of our sites take a dip. Believe it or not, we really try to be as white hat as we possibly can with our sites and with client sites. We build genuine articles. We're pretty decent writers, if I may say. I think we know what we're talking about when it comes to on-page and off-page stuff as well, and we do pay attention to these updates, and we really do care about our sites, but we also care about our clients' sites. And that's why we don't participate. We didn't buy any of the SAP links. We didn't jump into blog networks and all of that stuff. Years ago, of course we used the Scrapebox to just blast links out. But we learned after Panda that okay, well, that's not working anymore, and we're not going to be so stupid as to bang our head against a wall to keep doing something that doesn't work anymore, right? You switch up your game a little bit, and if that means creating quality content and interacting with people and writing timely things, then that's what we're going to do. Well, anyway, so if you're kind of wondering about how Penguin, this new Penguin, fits into that also new Google Hummingbird algorithm, think of Penguin as part of Hummingbird. It's not really a replacement for it. It's Hummingbird's like Google's entire ranking engine, right? And Penguin is just a small part of that engine. It's one component. It's like a filter that is removed, and they replace every once in a while with whatever Google thinks is going to be a better filter or a better sieve, if you will, to help keep the bad stuff out of the engine, right? And there are some times where that filtration device, the algorithm, is coded so tightly that unfortunately it weeds out a lot of pretty decent quality sites. Now, fortunately, it also gets rid of a lot of garbage stuff, and none of us, and I'm sure even those of you who are into super black hat stuff, you don't want to fight against garbage sites anyway. I mean, you've all experienced that, right? You work on a site and you give it your all, and all of a sudden, there's this weird old blogspot site from 5 years ago that has one post on it and no photos or videos or anything, but all of a sudden it's outranking you for a really valuable search term. So again, the filter isn't perfect, and we probably still have a couple days to see what's going to shake up, but I think a lot of people are they're realizing that they have to start a new site, and that's tough. That's really tough. If you're new to the whole Penguin concept and you just stumbled on this video, Penguin's kind of like a part of Google's algorithm that looks for sites that are deemed to be spamming Google's search results, but somehow they're still able to rank well. And in particular, it tends to go after sites that may have purchased paid links or something like that. Well, anyway, I'll talk about that maybe in another video. But I mean, if you were hit by Penguin, you'll likely know, because you probably see a huge drop in traffic. Your phone isn't ringing anymore. You're not getting emails anymore, or as many, and you'll see that probably over the next couple days. Now, here are a couple things that you can do really quickly. You can disavow bad links, and you do that by going into your Google Webmaster Tools and manually having those removed. If you want help with that, if you need help with that, we can do that for you. Send us an email through our system at negativeseoguy.com, and we can get you fixed up there, and give you just a file that you upload and send off to Google. I mean, you literally do not have to do anything. We'll take care of everything for you. If you were perhaps hit by Penguin before, and you've been trying to take actions to fix that, I think the next couple days you're going to really have to watch. If you have seen an improvement in traffic, if you see your ranks going up, then that's a sign that you've escaped this filter, or that it didn't catch out your site. And again, we just wanted to chat, put up some new info there. People all over message boards are just freaking out because of that. But anyway, we wish you guys all the best in your endeavors here. And if you have any need of either positive or negative SEO, you can get in touch with us at negativeseoguy.com, and hopefully things turn out really well for you. But in the meantime, just keep watching your rankings, and you should know whether or not Google Penguin 2.1 has been aiming for you. That's all. Signing off. Negative SEO Guy.